Let us go then, you and I, when the evening is spread out against the sky like a patient etherized upon a table. Let us go through certain half-deserted streets, the muttering retreats of restless nights in one-night cheap hotels and sawdust restaurants with oyster shells. Streets that follow like a tedious argument of insidious intent to lead you to an overwhelming question. Oh, do not ask, what is it? Let us go and make our visit.
The next speaker, Willa Cather, represents that anomaly of genius, its absolute mystery.
Friend in the Princeton Library and college president. It's not that troubles me as it does Mr. James. It's 5 minutes. Will you tell me for 5 minutes? The novel, if it can be called a form of art at all, is certainly a very new arrival among the arts. All the other arts are centuries older, and we hope that the most interesting developments of the novel are still to come. Looking back over its short past, the things that immediately strike one are its great elasticity and variety. Like the Tarnhelm, the balloons made for Albrecht, it can present a hero, a giant, a worm, or a mouse. It's really astonishing what a long gallery of great books we must call by the name novel for lack of a better definition, more defining word. Robinson Crusoe is a novel, and Anna Karenina is a novel. The Pilgrim's Progress and Don Quixote are novels. They have such great variety of matter, such great variety of treatment, that it seems strange that in our own time, in America, until within the very last few years, novelists have confined themselves almost entirely to 2 themes. First, how the young man got his girl, whether by marriage or otherwise. Second, how he succeeded in business. The square-headed young editor who once announced that he would publish only stories of youth, love, and success voiced a very general opinion. Most writers and most editors and most people honestly believed that those were the only major themes in literature. They would acknowledge that other arts, sculpture, painting, music, and architecture had concerned themselves with many other phases of human behavior and even of human thought, even were concerned with the mysterious adventures of that thing we call the soul. Of course, such an opinion could only hold in a country with a shallow culture and an even shallower experience of life, which is a much more serious thing. How much have youth, love, and success to do in the great Greek dramas? Or in the old epics? In the Elizabethan drama, of course, they have their normal and natural place among the other passions and motives of the drubbing men. That great group of Russian writers that flashed up in the north like a new constellation about the middle of the last century did more for the future than they knew. They had no benumbing literary traditions behind them. They had a glorious language, new to literature, but old in human wisdom and feeling and sympathy. And they themselves were remarkably direct and forceful, honest group of men, so that they had no need to be continually defending their virility in print. They cast a great influence until within 30 or 40 years, long before the death of Tolstoy, the minds of thinking people the world over were fixed on that new kind of fiction, as we must call it so. Even in this country, the old icebergs began to melt, the old storms began to break up. We have begun to look about us, but we have reached no glorious goal. There's a long way to go. We've changed the old formula a little, but we cling to the formula. We must have those crutches underneath it. We won't face the fact, we haven't the courage to face the fact that the formula itself that is familiar, the frame-up. When we have the courage to give every story its own form, instead of trying to crowd it into one of the old molds on the shelf, one of the stock patterns, and when we have the courage to make it no bigger than it is, we shall be on the right road, sir. What is not in the original impulse is nearly always very bad. On the walls of the Luxembourg Art Gallery in Paris, there is a Latin inscription which reads something like this: because of the past, we have hope for the future. And I think we may fairly apply that to the novel. Because of the Russian past, the French past, the English past, we may hope